Heard from God lately? God Conversations equips you to recognize and respond to God's voice in your own life. Here's pastor and founder, Tanya Harris.
This is a time of turmoil like the world has never seen before. But God is not distant, and He has something to say. What is God saying to us in the middle of a pandemic? Well, to answer that question, I want to take you to another time of turmoil in history. This time it was with the early church in the second half of the 1st century. And the Roman Empire had risen up against the Christians. They had a choice to either worship the emperor as God or to be killed for their faith. One of their number, John, was already under persecution. He'd been sent away in exile to the island of Patmos. He was away from his family and friends. He had no hope for the future. And it's in the midst of that chaos that God speaks. He speaks to John about his way of seeing things. And he gives John a vision. It was a very special kind of vision. It was a little bit of an insight into what was happening in the spiritual world. He gave John a peek behind the curtain. It would be like sitting at the theatre and going behind the stage curtains and seeing what was happening on the stage with all the actors and the props and the costumes being moved around. Well, John's seeing this great vision and he realizes that he's been taken into the council room of heaven, the kingdom of God, the very seat of God's government. He sees a great throne and a beautiful rainbow around it. In front is a sea of glass, and around the throne is 24 elders. They're dressed in white robes and golden crowns. There's winged creatures flying around singing, "Holy is the Lord." And then John's attention is drawn to the person who's sitting on the throne. He's holding a scroll, some sort of document. It's sealed with 7 seals, perhaps some sort of legal document about the kingdom. John hears a voice. Who is the one who's worthy to open the seals? No answer. Who can open the document? John finds himself weeping in response. Well, finally an answer is given. There is one who is worthy, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, some powerful creature, perhaps. But no, because as John looks across to the scene, he sees a little creature coming across the stage. What is it? It's a lamb, a weak little lamb. It looks like it's been slain. It's an odd little lamb. It has 7 horns. Horns, the symbol of strength. It has 7 eyes. Eyes that see perfectly. Who is the one that can open the seal? What is the secret to God's kingdom? It's the lamb that was slain. John realizes what God is saying, that there are 2 kingdoms in this world. One operates by natural principles, wealth and power, brutality and violence. This was the kingdom of Rome. This is the one that they feared, that appeared to be so strong. But what was God saying in the midst of their chaos and turmoil? He was saying, look at the key to my kingdom. Look at how I operate. Fix your eyes on the one who sees clearly. The way of God's kingdom is to follow the way of the Lamb. This Lamb that was given for each one of us in self-sacrificial love, the one who laid down his life. This little lamb looks weak, but actually it's very strong. This is the way you overcome. God's answer to their problem, to their chaos, was to fix their eyes on Jesus, on the kingdom of God that is far stronger than any natural kingdom. You see, when the world around us is falling down, when we can't trust the systems around us, when everything is crumbling in the natural, what does God say? He says, fix your eyes on Jesus. God's kingdom is greater than any natural kingdom. His way of love is true and more powerful than any natural way Jesus said, "Seek first my kingdom, and everything else will be added." For each one of us, in the midst of our tumultuous times, in the midst of chaos, in the midst of a pandemic that we have no control over, God is saying, look at the Lamb. Remember how my kingdom operates, and it's in this that we overcome.